Hi guys, a Cursed Realm update. Hi Shemira. Everything dodges, so you're gonna use mages for this one. I'll show you my setup, and I'm currently top 8, with 9.4 almost damage. And then I'll show you some subs and alternatives. First, let me show you what the number 1 is using. This setup, as you can see, the Iron setup, and then Scarlet with Estrilda. Then this Whale setup with Phantom and Awakened Celine. Going crazy with Thorn, and the boss setup is likely a variation with Dress and Lucretia linked together with twins, Brutus, and then Antandra, I think, with her signature item 30. First fight looks like this. Some subs can be Lawson instead of Aces. This is a trial version, as you can see. You could also try with Shemira instead of Mishka for the healing, or you could try with Isolde and maybe even Celine. Not sure about that though. Some key investments for this one is the E60 from Mishka for the extra healing, all allied heroes, and the furniture for Silas, which gives the ranged. The effects can be utilized by ranged allies. And for Odin, I think you can do the minimum would probably be engravings 33. And Isis can be legendary, you just need him to sleep the enemy Gwyneth. So it looks like this. She gets sleep. I'm having trouble using other heroes as they will die if they're not very invested. You could maybe also try with Athalia or Nara actually, because you just need to CC until Odin gets the stack going, as you can see, like this. This fight has a bit of RNG, but not terribly much. Should be fairly easy depending on your investments. Fight 2 is the classic Iron setup with Mortas to buff his damage. I would say that there isn't really much you can do in the ways of subs for this one, but maybe you can think about some investments. I would go for Morthas signature item 20 and Albedo's signature item 30. Otherwise, the other heroes have great beneficial for engravings and signature item 2, especially the signature item 30 for Arthur, because it doesn't get thrown by Warwick. So I believe that would help increase the damage. Otherwise, you can also engrave irons minus 60, but you can go to 66, or you can also go to 41. Fight 3 is all about boosting Scarlet. I think that you can swap out Leonardo da Vinci if you don't have his engravings for the inside. Mine is 36 with the inside engravings and the attack speed engravings. If you don't have this, it's going to be high RNG. So swap him out with Estrilda or Rain, or maybe even Baden for the summons for Scarlet, but I'm not sure about that. If you have Baden, you can test it out. Otherwise, key investments is of course Rowan's signature 30. Halo seems to be the more the better. This one is a Merc. I think signature item only needs to be 25 for the haste, 30 is mostly for PvP. Otherwise, I think the recommendation is maxed furniture and engraving 6. Fight 5 is a little weird, as you can see. I'm kind of trying to use some mages and get a little bit of damage, but not a lot. I'm also using the Awakened Celine because of this Solaran Realm, which can deal extra damage and healing. As you can see, she won't do much damage herself as she's only legendary. I'm using Athalia because I don't really have that many great mages. So the way I've played this out is just to let Nara hook Awakened Celine. Otherwise, let Citrana go, but you don't have someone to group them up. If you want to group them up, you can use Phantom, but that's really some whale stuff. Otherwise, I would suggest that you can try to use Skrek. You can also use Squeer and Flora, a Star, Sophia, and even Pippa if you have a 9 out of 9 furniture. I think she could do some damage. Fight 5 is also a bit hard to do as free to play if you don't have the right heroes. Squeer is doing a lot of damage with the Sandstorm, signature item 30. Saus is just there to be a heal bot, and actually he didn't get to heal much for this one either. But you can also try to use a Torn at very low investment. He can still do some damage. Aegis is very key for this setup because the enemy is quite strong. Or you can use Flora as you see here. So you can also use, if you're kind of a whale, you can use Morel, or you can try to use Phantom maybe. But it goes like this and it doesn't deal really much damage, at least for me. The key for the boss fight is actually Bosus. If you didn't know, his raw skill makes it impossible to dodge. Attacks cannot be dodged. So you need him, and otherwise it's Lucretia, Gwiz, and Twins. Kind of the core of this. Hodgkin can be swapped out for Rain and Tandra with signature item 30, or Warwick, I think. Hodgkin buffs with his flag, and then Lucretia and Dress goes crazy. And you can do pretty much a lot of damage. There's some RNG if you survive until the end, and sometimes Lucretia gets extra damage when her allies die at the end. But I believe you can get some extra billions of damage if you use this setup.